What is going on, YouTube? I know what you're thinking. Who the hell is this guy on my screen right now? But we're gonna get into that. So sit down and enjoy this because this is the introduction to the first YouTube video I'll ever be making. And yeah, get ready for, upcoming YouTube videos. This channel is strictly around bodybuilding. What my end goal is to be an IFBB pro. I am a natural 19-year-old bodybuilder from Canada. My name's Sam Belanger, and I'll just be taking you through what it's like, to be a 19-year-old bodybuilder in Canada. So we're going to be doing full day of eatings, training videos with a chat at the end, usually. That's why there's chat at the beginning of this, just because introduction. We're going to do lifestyle videos and many more. So also comment what kind of videos you'd want. But other than that, this is what we're getting into. And I am top 2 in my city for junior bodybuilding, Ottawa, Canada. And I am top 11 in the country of Canada for junior bodybuilding as well. So that's what's up. We are now officially in our off season. Our competitive season has just ended, our first one. But I thought I'd take you through a bulk, take you through what training is like with me, what rest days are like with me, what, full day of eating, what I eat in a day, So sit back, enjoy. We have a pull day ahead of us, so take it away, future Sam. We'll have a chat at the end. All right, we are back. We are in the gym. Thank you, past Sam. But yeah, we're about to do a little bit of an arm warm-up for this back and bi day. But yeah, I usually warm up with a little bit of one arm, so let's just dive into it. I always start with biceps, just one, and then I leave the rest of my bicep exercises for the rest of the lift after. But I usually do one bicep exercise to warm up, and then I'll do all my back exercises, and then I'll go back to biceps. But let's just get into it. Whew. Hell yeah. Okay. This would be around set number 3. And this is usually when I go, try and push it. And then the last set, I'll usually do a double drop set. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, the last couple sets were pretty good. Uh-oh. I see a freaky shoulder vein peeking through there. Anyways, let's get back to rows. Now, I do a lot of row movements and a lot of lat movements, but what people don't understand when it comes to back is just as much as you want to train your lats and have a wide back, you can't forget about doing your rows for the thickness of the back. So I see a lot of people who love training back and all they do is lat movements. Yeah, you have a wide back, but it's flat in the middle, you know? You have to train the row, you have to do more row movements and get the really thickness of the back, just to get more detail in there. And, that's what I think people are lacking. And people aren't training my age these days, is the thickness of the back. So, I'm watching you. Having back be my strongest point, uh, said by the judges, from my previous show, I'd say I definitely train lats and rows a lot more often. But I think this off season I'm going to taper back just because my back is overdeveloped compared to everything else. So I'm going to slow down the back a little bit, even though we're training pull today. But we just got to slow down and take an ease on it for a bit. Just not as many days. Like even on my off season last time, I was training back twice a week, and I'm still training back twice a week. Except I've added in hams for one of those days, so it's the other back day with the hams is a little less back, you know. And we're just working on weak points. I'm about 4.5 weeks into this off season, and I gotta say, I feel like sluggish, kind of. Like the more food I'm eating now, obviously, the more tired I'll get because the more carb intake. But the pumps are unreal. Like I honestly forgot how amazing pumps were uh, on the bulk. So, anyways, let's do this row movement, and then we'll move on to probably a either dumbbell row or a T-bar row, machine row. But we'll see. I still have cable row. A lot of row movements today. It's a lot of more thickness of the back today. But being a taller guy, I'm 6'1", and I just recently turned 19 this last Friday, and my first comp season's over. So I was the tallest at both my regional show and my national show. So being a taller guy, you have a lot more to fill out. But I find it, not because I'm tall, I'm saying this, but I find that the taller you are, and the more you fill out your frame, the more impressive it is than rather a regular, short bodybuilder. Be more compact and look compact, because this is a small, short man sport. But I do look up to guys like Paul Dillette, Freakenstein, or Sebum, obviously, the goat, 6'1". Arnold, the guy who started it all, 6'1", and I think Dorian was like 5'11". But all these guys that are just tall are more impressive to me just because they can fill out their frame, and it's not just because they're short and they're compact and it's easier, So I find that the taller you are and you can fill out your arms and your legs and all that, the freakier it gets. So that's what we're going to try and do this off season. Of course, being natty, you can only put on so much, but we're going to try our best to really turn heads next time I step on that stage. All right, let's move on. Okay, do a little bit of cable rows. I usually do about like 3 sets of these, and you just throw it around. And then again, like I said, a lot of
a lot of row movements today, but we're just gonna get into it, and yeah. That was a good set. Really feel it in the lower lat here, and let's just say we are living in a half shell. So I mean, holy shit. What is this? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Oh my god. Now, when it comes to rear delts, I find the more volume for me, the better. So I do around 4, sometimes 5 sets, and most people would say, "What the hell are you doing?" But I've noticed over the years that, well, I've only been bodybuilding and lifting for 3 years now, but I've been competitive bodybuilding for the last year now, and I've noticed the more volume for me is what works. And now everyone's different, right? Like, of course I'm doing, for depending on the day and depending what I'm training, I'll do my 3-second eccentric or work on negatives and stuff. Here, I kind of just like to go till failure, or until I think it's failure. Not exactly failure, but until I know, like, okay, this is enough, right? But you'll learn with over time in the gym that you'll figure out what works for you. Lower volume, higher volume, eccentrics and all that stuff. So it kind of just takes time to figure out. But other than that, let's get this set down. This is set number 2 because I forgot to film the first set. So. Okay. Do a little bit of T-bar row machine. Now, I know this may not look like a lot of weight, but this machine is a lot heavier than you think. Just this part alone has to be around, like, I don't know, I'd say 60 pounds.
You sure about that?
You don't want to go too heavy on this because, again, I want to get the full stretch at the bottom, because this is as much as it's a row, it does trigger lats a lot more too. So let's get after it. Ooh, okay. We have pullovers now. We're gonna do it on the cable. I could do it on, like, the Dorian Yates style machine if I wanted to, but I think cable is always the best way to go, in my opinion, just keeping the tension. But that's just my preference. You guys can do whatever the hell you want. Whew. Alright, time to check the pump. Just through the shirt, I can feel it. So, let's see how freaky this looks. Not bad, not bad. Here. Whew.
Show me some. There we go. Oh, yeah. ROS. Let control. Beautiful transition. Smooth. Confident.
And then we'll hit the breadwinner here. Whew. Not bad. Okay, let's have a little chat now that the lift is complete. Let's throw the shirt back on and have a little bit of a yap. Why don't we? Solid back day, pretty decent. Not my best back day, but still very good back day. Posing went well. Again, I'm gonna keep trying to do posing after every lift just to keep my mobility. But yeah, this was the first video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll continue to post. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be posting like on a regular basis, but other than that, that was the lift. Got some jokes in, we had a couple laughs, we had a good time. So this is kind of what the content's going to be. Again, you can follow me right here. I'll have my TikTok and my Instagram right here, and you can follow those if you want to see like other kinds of content. But this is kind of just to keep me occupied during the bulk. I find when you're chasing a dream or a goal like mine of trying to become a pro one day, you kind of only think about that, and it kind of gets in the way of your own real life. So I thought, why not, enjoy lifting again by filming it and having fun with an audience, So let's continue to do this throughout the winter. Let's see how freaky we can get, how big we can get in this off season, and then debating whether I take a year off competition altogether and just grow with you guys, or if I compete next year. But that won't be a decision for a little while. So until then, all we got to worry about is getting freaky big and yoked. But again, thank you for joining me as always. Again, have a good night. Peace out.